Accanto a me Pietro Torrigiani, di fronte a me Nicolò Fornabaio, alla mia sinistra Francescone. E buongiorno Pietro, buongiorno.
Come stai? Buongiorno.
Io sto bene, siamo arrivati al terzo giorno di Testo, abbiamo un super ospite qui con noi al tavolo, quindi tra poco manderemo la Silvia, la Silvia.
La Silvia, stiamo aspettando la Silvia qui a Radio Gridolini.
Ci sono con la Silvia, abbiamo mangiato dei bomboloni, ho super voglia di parlare al nostro ospite, in realtà ieri a cena abbiamo avuto modo di parlare al nostro ospite, ma prima di entrare nella conversazione del nostro ospite è arrivato il momento di mandare la sigla.
Radio Gridolini.
Chi abbiamo accanto a noi, Pietro?
Abbiamo Max Porter. It's okay if you don't understand anything so far because we are talk about nonsense things. Max Porter qui grazie alla Sellerio Editore.
Morning.
How was your night in Florence?
Beautiful.
You know that the claim of Testo this year is sto, that means I stay. How are you?
I'm quite well rested. I stayed up late drinking red wine with Krishna Hawkeye, and that is a very nice way to spend an evening. He's a beautiful human being, and so now I have a slightly sore head, but I'm very happy to be here.
We are so jealous because we were waiting for Laszlo all the day long, and at the end the queue for the sign of the books was too long, and we were tired. Next time.
He plays hard to get. He's hiding from you.
Yeah, I think because
he's teasing you.
I think now they say they're ghosting me. You know this word? You have some word like French or Italian that came in your language and then you hate. Like not ciao e pizza.
I use them like too much. So like spirit d'escalier.
What is that?
The spirit d'escalier. When you wish you had said something, the spirit of the stairs. So you're down the stairs. You wish you had said something at the top of the stairs.
Spirito delle scale?
Yeah, so someone says to me...
Spirito delle scale? Incredible.
So someone says to me, do you condemn Hamas? And I go, and then I walk away, and then I think, I should have said, some beautiful, polished gem of global insight.
You know, he speaks, we are in the radio so nobody can see him, but he speaks like perfect Italian.
Yeah, no, there is a camera, so...
There is a camera only for this date, and we shut down and there will be only radio.
It's like a porn camera.
We are a radio.
I have a beautiful face for the radio now.
Yeah.
This is what, did you have this expression? If someone is ugly.
No.
He's a great face for radio.
I've write it down. Hai una bellissima espressione da radio, una faccia da radio.
Lo so, è bellissima come espressione. And what I love, Max is full of gift.
Full of also of duty. He has to sign like 1,000 millions of books.
Vabbè, don't worry, he's over there. Because yesterday night, allora Pietro, spiega cosa è successo ieri sera. We had a dinner together in the same table.
I explain in Italian, so while I'm explaining, he does for me his first sign ever sign on his book Italian. Is it your first sign book in Italy? No. Yes.
Ok, and the second is for me. So, ma at the end, for me at the end.
Allora,
ieri sera abbiamo avuto il piacere di mangiare insieme a Max, avevamo una tavola magica, diciamo.
Direi abbastanza.
And what I love from Max that his work is of course linked to the romance and books, but also with music, and as an Englishman is also a great love for football.
I told him yesterday an Englishman in Florence.
An Englishman in Florence. Sai qual è la squadra di Max? Perché ieri abbiamo parlato
Liverpool,
di calcio. No,
Manchester, Chelsea, Leicester.
Perché lui ha un odio ovviamente per tutto ciò che è mainstream.
Noi siamo viola.
Certo, e lui è Crystal Palace.
A Crystal Palace.
Anche se suo padre era
Eagles.
Anche se questo è Eagles, Crystal Palace, Ciccio. E suo padre aveva un grande amore per il Leeds.
Okay.
Solamente che a un certo punto è stata una bancarotta, loro si sono rotti le palle di avere questa squadra, diciamo, in bancarotta fraudolenta, quindi detto basta, tifiamo Crystal Palace. E con suo figlio hanno un amore per il football, però suo figlio segue solo le squadre di mezza classifica, e quindi ovviamente chi è che conosce super bene?
In Italia la Fiorentina.
E quindi ieri suo figlio, his son, on SMS, he say like Babbo, yes, Beltran.
Wow.
He's excited.
Beautiful,
But
beautiful.
at the end for me, don't
At
worry,
the
Max.
end.
Could do later.
Can you give back me the pen, please, because it's worth like millions.
very nice
I know.
pen.
So you can keep it, and then after I tell you what you have to do with this shit, but later on, okay?
Allora, abbiamo scoperto che Max writes some lyrics of what or who. Gli scrive dei testi.
Good morning, Nico. Good morning,
Hi.
Nico. How are you? Did you spend the
Nico,
rest of the
diccelo,
night
per
with
favore.
Lazo and Max
Oh,
drinking?
puoi scegliere una canzone? Una canzone sperando che la canzone che ci ascoltiamo insieme
Ma
sia una
sicuramente.
canzone che ha scritto Max. Infatti,
Pino Daniele. One
Okay.
one question about book we have to do. So, I read his book, Shy, and of course, one of the things that really say you have this word idiosyncratic. I am idiosyncratic with all of changing of typing and things and stuff. So I was why is this bigger? Why is this smaller? Why this is a font? Why this is in bold? Why this is that at the middle of the page? At the end I understood. In English it's the same thing. So this is your decision. Can you explain us 2 minutes why you have this? Of course I know why, but just to the people who listen to.
I want to the radical relationship between the body of the reader and the body of the text is something that I can't stop playing with. I want the reading experience to be a physical complicity, so that when there is a lurch or when there is a cut or a rip, I want it to be physically felt by the reader. Because this is one of the unique properties of literature now, is that it takes time to imbibe. And unlike the content on our screens, you have to be physically involved with it. And my books are always somewhere in between poetry and prose. So why not have the games of typography at my disposal? And I like to go up and to the point where it's a gimmick, because it's not a way for me as the writer to show that I'm being clever. It's a way for me to enhance the quality of the collaboration between you, the reader, and me. So, for example, that bit where there is a rip, the cut, that is the mother screaming at the child. Why don't you ever listen to me? What the fuck are you doing? Come here, speak to me, look at me. And I want it to suggest that for her there is this is a wodge of language, of futile language. She cannot communicate with the boy. But for the boy, this is just
Word.
white noise.
Yeah,
This is just a chasm of antagonism and failure of communication. So why not put this in the book to do this? To actually fuck with the conventions of the printed page, because to create accurately the weather system that he is in, that cannot obey the page.
People have,
They think it's brilliant.
Everybody knows, it is
Thank
brilliant.
you.
But it comes.
Same with my first book, the crow who breaks language down into its components of noise, pure abstract noise. Because why, if you're in a state of extreme grief and agony, why would language obey you? Why would we have these careful mannerisms and these pre-existing formulations and cliches of language? We would not. We have pure noise.
Maybe because it's up to the reader to create the atmosphere, so maybe the reader needs. But this is, I understand you. I think it comes from the fact you were a bookseller, and from the fact that you were a bookseller when, how many years ago? 10 years ago, 15?
Yeah, 15.
At the beginning of this new era, the Kindle era, that was started, and everybody was worried. How can we defeat against the electronic books? So maybe this, then
Maybe.
it lost. But also, I think with your music relation, how is your music relation with text?
Well, for me, the three things: music, art, and language, is always a tension.
Yeah.
And when I write, when I was a kid, I was like, when I was painting or drawing, I needed language. And when I was making music, I needed literature, and all the time. So I think my books are a response to this problem. They are the solution.
Perfect.
Because they feel like I'm handling images, and they feel musical, both in the texture and the line and the rhythm of my books. They come from music. I write listening to music always. So that my books, some people say, I can't write when I'm listening to music because I need my own rhythm.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I have to listen to music when I'm writing, because my books then can achieve a kind of dynamic syncopation against the music I'm listening to.
So you're like a DJ of yourself when you have to write.
Well, I'm just borrowing all
Yeah.
the time from the world around me, from the music of my children's language, from the energy of other interconnectedness with other human beings. So the idea that I need to lock myself in a room and be alone in a quiet place is just wrong. I need to be in the world listening.
It reminds me a lot of Kai Tempest, a lot, this way he talks.
Oh yeah, I like it. Yeah,
Yeah, I like it.
we've talked about this.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. My dream, have Max and Kai here next for the
Next year,
year. We invite you.
Vai vai, 11:23, rientriamo in onda su Radio Gridolini. So, what's your relationship with lyrics and with this great artist?
People just say to me, "Do you want to have a little listen to this?" and respond. That came about that one because I was working with Joan Shelley. If you don't listen to Joan Shelley, you must. She has the voice of a god.
Troviamola, John Shelley.
And Joan and her husband Nathan Salzberg, who is one of the great guitar players in the world, did live in Louisville, Kentucky. And I'd done some lyrics for Joan. She did a record, a beautiful record, some stuff by me, some stuff by Bill Callahan, Bonnie Prince Billy. And Nathan said to me, "Send me your weirdest shit." And so I sent him these 3 feral pieces, which are like in between nonsense and kind of extreme pagan nature poetry, like
So-
eco sort of surrealism. And then he took Will Oldham into a room and they made this LP.
So you wrote
And I did the
before.
cover artwork. That's my cover artwork. It's
Capito,
quite beautiful.
Capito Pietro, anche la cover.
was telling me
Ma so
yesterday.
you wrote before the lyrics, before the music.
I wrote them. Yeah, I sent them the words. They did the music.
And it's always like that?
Nope.
No.
Sometimes other way round. Sometimes like pop stars get in touch with me. Like
Yeah.
I just did a thing for a pop star, a Swedish pop star, because
For example, who?
The ABBA?
well, I don't know if this is. I can't actually tell you because she's very famous, and I don't know if I can announce
Okay.
that it's
No, no.
on the thing. But this is through my friend Oliver Arnolds, the Icelandic pianist, and he just said to me, "I'm stuck in the studio with this singer. Can you just listen?" I like this because there's no contract. I never get paid. I don't care. It's just a gift, and it helps me because I say to them, I don't say, "Here are the lyrics." I just say, "Here's my response." Maybe a page of prose, maybe some drawings, maybe some doodles, and if anything's useful, take it, and if it's not, I don't care.
Okay, but sometimes you think that the lyrics are hide behind the music, or do you think that the music have already the lyrics inside, or do you think that
Yeah.
the music follow the lyrics?
A little both, every way. This is why it's nice for me, because it's a liberation from the economic imperatives of publishing, because it could be both, as you say. Like a friend of mine who tragically died last year, an amazing Irish singer called Talos, was working on a record when he died. He sent me the song with some
Melody,
the melody and his singing, which was not real words. He
like
was
yogurt, don't say in Italian. Like seems to be a word, but it's not. Yeah.
Exactly. And then I would just hear. It was an amazing experience, partly because he was dying, and partly because it taught me that I just have to keep listening. So I just listened to the piece 8, 10, 15 times, and then the words are there. So it's a nice way to work.
And
I
you
like it.
do you use the syllab of the false words or not?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Because I want how we were talking last night about the reason you draw is because you need to feel the energy flowing from your brain down your hand,
Yeah.
and to meet the physical thing. And I think that's very much the same with me. I need to feel the energy, and if I can't find it, I don't do it. You know?
Speaking about that, do you know the word obituary?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about writing an obituary? I don't know what does it mean for yourself, or more simply, what would you like to be written on your tombstone?
Why were you all so fucking ungenerous?
È perfetto, vedi?
Bellissimo. And another question.
But meanwhile, can we alternate serious question to stupid question? That is not stupid at all, but
no, a stupid song.
yesterday we had this Moody, this wonderful French writer, that he told us a wonderful story about how he went to his first book. He was talking with a friend in a bar, and then a lady was listening, and then he came at the end of this talk and he gave him a card, and he say, "Tomorrow come to my place." She was the number 2 of Gallimard, and now he's a best-seller, he won the prize, etc. You have a kind of a similar story, because lui è stato in italiano libraio, e poi dopo è diventato editor di una grandissima casa editrice per la quale ha lavorato.
Come si chiama?
Granta, con la
Granta.
quale ha lavorato. Can you told us a little bit about this escalation?
No,
and then
esatto, the passage
the
between
passage,
a bookseller, editor,
publisher, editor,
and then-
musician, sexy.
I love this
sexy
in
boy.
unison.
Yes.
Yes, you are
Yeah.
a couple. We married.
We are a couple. We copulate.
Copulate. Yes.
No.
So I was a supermodel first.
Yes.
I
Famous.
was doing nude shoots.
Okay.
You cannot have a body like this and
Of
and
course,
people
it's a
not,
waste of
not want
body.
to monetize
Of course,
it.
of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. Book selling was the job for me. I loved it. I was such a happy
It was
bookseller.
your bookshop or not? Or you
No,
was
it was James Daunt who now runs Barnes and Noble and
At
Waterstones.
the time was James Don't independent bookstores.
Just 4 independent bookshops in London.
Where? In London.
In
Ok.
Londra ci sono queste librerie, si chiamano Don't, ha fatto un modello che poi dopo lui ha venduto
A tutti.
no, ha venduto alla grande, la big catena e ha fatto i quattrini, però è stato un genio.
Ok.
And I opened a new branch for him, 2 new branches for him, and I loved it. My kids were very young, just maybe had my first baby. I was cycling around London. I lived in South London. It was a very happy time, and I love you'll know this, like the roll of the dice. So the next person that comes in is London, so it could be Mick Jagger. Mick
Mick
Jagger used to
Jagger,
come in
of
and buy
course.
crime novels, you know.
Yeah.
Don't tell us we are in Florence. So
No, you are in Florence.
But then, then you know, a Polish builder who wants a really good recommendation. If I fuck it up, he's not coming back. You know,
Yeah.
I love it. I love book selling. But I was a bit frustrated. But, you know, I was creatively a bit blocked. I was
Yeah.
writing a lot of stuff, and then I was recommending translated literature because this is my passion, and I was selling these books to this man all the time. And he was a publisher, but I didn't know it. And then he said to me, "You'll be good at publishing," so he just gave me a job. And I was supposed to just work for a couple of years, planting seeds, buying stuff in translation, maybe commissioning some narrative non-fiction from interesting people I met. You know, like you meet a professor of, like Tim Ingold, you know, you meet a clever person on a dinner and you say, "Hey, wouldn't you write a book about this?" But what happened was I inherited from my predecessor a half-written novel by Elena Catton called The Luminaries, and she then finished that novel, which I edited, and she won the Booker Prize. So then I was busy.
So you won half a book.
I won half a book. And my second book was Han Kang's The Vegetarian, and that then won the International Booker Prize as well. So I was very busy, and what suffered was my creative life. I'm not bragging.
He's a musician, I have to update him. Lui poi dopo ha fatto un piccolo libro di una piccola autrice coreana che si chiama Han Kang, che era la vegetariana. Questa piccola autrice coreana l'anno scorso ha vinto il premio Nobel.
Okay.
What happened was that my creative life suffered. My kids were very young. I was getting no sleep. I was working all the time. It was my first experience of being busy on email. I had 2 mobile phones like a drug dealer. I was answering emails at
And
3
you were at
a.m.
the same time the drug
And I was
dealer,
also a
so
drug dealer.
3 phones
And the modelling is still going on
yeah.
because the body is getting better over the years.
with the drugs.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's gonna be.
And then, so what happened was I was saying to my wife, I'm going fucking mad, I haven't made anything. Because I paint and draw and I make sculptures, and I had made nothing for maybe a year.
Amphetamine helps.
I know.
Yeah.
This is what I discovered. So then I started writing my crow book just as a way to escape. And I would do a little bit every night. My wife was watching 6 Feet Under, you know, this kind of box set era of binge TV. So
6 Feet
Six Feet
Under.
Under, yeah, like these kind of Breaking Bad type programs.
Six
you know.
TV.
So she would just watch TV and I wrote my book, and realised that's. I thought I was happy as a bookseller. I thought I was happy as a publisher, but I am really happy now. Especially now that I get to collaborate with people, I'm completely free. I do a work. Last week I wrote a piece for an Irish artist who makes tapestries. The week before that I wrote a piece for an Egyptian project where they take a mummy home to Egypt. The week before that I wrote some lyrics for a Welsh pop star. You know,
Too much.
I'm free.
Can you please stop? I'm getting
No,
nervous.
no.
No, it's
Invece
too much. Posso
But
dire?
people are always moaning, and I'm just trying to say I'm so happy.
Dai,
I'm so grateful.
Lui ha scritto il suo libro d'esordio è Il dolore è una cosa con le piume. The pain is something with birds stuff. And I tried once I read. You have to admit that I read your book, the last book, Shy, just a week ago. I was in Paris. L'ho letto a Parigi quando ti stavo venendo a trovare in airplane. And it took from reading. Now also in newspaper they put down the timing of reading. So Shy, it's a book that you can read starting from Florence and landing in Paris Orly, by the way. And now I came back to my bookstore, tried to order this book, but this book was published by another publisher and it's out of printing. So this is l'appello all'editore. Ok.
Sì, you have to be angry.
So it's gonna be out, tutti i nostri amici, uscirà per Sellerio non si sa quando, il libro, magari con un titolo diverso, non lo sappiamo, chissà, però state tranquilli perché uscirà. It's gonna be out with Sellerio, your first book, they will be your new book.
Yeah.
Adesso ascoltiamoci un pezzo di un'amica del nostro amico Pac.
Eccoci.
11:35, è finita la canzone di Community of Hope. Perché abbiamo messo PJ Harvey? Perché PJ Harvey, e penso che Max la chiamerà Polly, is a great friend of Max. Ci sta facendo una foto.
Can
Max,
I ask you something? There is a question that so far nobody could reply. This question is, I think, is not the right question. I try in English. If a book were a question, so the question is, if a book were a question, what would it be?
What does it feel like where you are coming from?
You see?
hai visto? Pazzesca tra l'altro come domanda.
What is the news from where you are? What is the vibration
Yeah,
from
I got it.
inside
Yeah,
your
yeah,
brain?
yeah, I got it.
No, I'm going to carry on. What is the
Ora gliele faccio tutte.
No, ne faccio io. If you can freeze a moment in your life forever, which one do you choose and why?
I should say the birth of my children, right?
Yeah.
Which one? Which one?
Yeah. I rank them 1, 2, 3. There is a thing well, there's a couple. Can I do two?
Yeah.
There was
One is a Crystal Palace goal.
Yeah. One is Wilfred Zaha. No, one is any night of the week because I cook, and I bring my children come home. They go upstairs to their screens. I call them down. My wife gets home from work.
How many children do you have?
17.
No,
3.
Three.
3 sons. And then I put the food on the table, and that is the happiest I ever am.
So you started
That's
with the
it.
last. You put fruit on the table, and then pasta, and then
Food.
no
food.
fruit.
I just feeding my children is the place I would be happiest, and I hope that heaven is. But my second is last year I went to. Grazie. I went to the West Bank, and I met at the oldest tree in Palestine, 3,500-year-old tree, and you can see on the hill opposite. There's a settlement. Gun towers are trained on this place, but it's people have been worshipping there for 5,000 years. Sufis walk up the hill backwards to get to this spring, and the spirit animal of the place is a gazelle. And I had, as I was walking up the hill, this incredibly strong image of a horned animal in my mind. And then when I got to the tree, I wept. And this is the leaf.
This is the leaf of the
This is the leaf from the tree.
I have
the holy oak. So
fif-
that is maybe the happiest I've ever been.
Good. I have 15 things to tell because the first thing, now you say you feed your kids. It will be arrive a moment when your kids will feed you and you will be the happiest man in the world. My son is 10 years old. He's cooking every night.
Wow.
We are in
You're
Italy.
so Italy.
The second thing is that the tree you were talking about, it came out as a book. It's a beautiful book. It came out in Italian. I'm sorry, will be translated by Paolo Icardi di Feltrinelli. L'albero di Gerusalemme. Stop.
Okay. What's
The tree of Jerusalem.
See, this is the name of the book in Italian. I don't know in English. Which kind of food do you like to cook for your children? If you have to choose one thing.
Aglio olio.
Aglio
Spaghetti
olio.
aglio
Okay,
olio.
how do you do an aglio olio perfect? I want to know if it is good or
questa è la
not.
conferenza.
No, certo. Allora,
I've had an
però-
argument. I've had a fight about this with someone.
Allora, can we have like a little conference, like 1 minute, and you for us, for Radio Guidolini, you explain how you cook in the details aglio olio e peperoncino.
It's a micro TED.
Okay? 1 minute
I don't
and
want
half.
to. I don't want to start a cultural war.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
I put the garlic in the oil in the morning. I let the garlic sit in the oil all day. I use the best oil. I then heat the garlic in the oil, stop it before it's browning. I'm just suffusing the flavors in the oil. This is controversial. I don't want to fall out with anybody. I then cook the pasta. I add 1/2 a cup of the salt water into the oil with a little bit of stock. Just a little bit of stock.
What is a stock?
Like broth, vegetarian stock cube, flavor. And then I add parsley. And don't kill my family, I also add parmigiano.
I put
It's fucking
Parmigiano
delicious.
also in the vongole,
Is finished
scusa.
the TED or not?
No, I'm sorry, interrupt him.
Parmigiano non è possibile. Ok, is in English aglio olio e peperoncino, ma is okay.
How do you do a roast beef.
We don't. We eat rare meat in
That's
Florence.
because it's not for you people, yeah? Hands off my national dish.
I was just telling him that I'm agreed that I put parmesan also to the clam pasta. That is it's a bestemmia. It's something you cannot do, to put parmesan on pasta alle vongole. Come si dice? Clam?
The clam
shell?
Yeah. Well, why not? It's delicious.
Of course, why not? If opening a book
No,
is
quella vuoi chiedere,
Sì,
poi li chiedo
opening a
dopo,
book is the beginning of a journey or the arrival at a destination.
Oh, the beginning.
See, the beginning of the arrival.
I don't even think when you turn the last page of my books, you're done. I want you to think about these books for
Forever.
a long time. Well, I want you to turn them over. They're not decided. They're not finished. You know this question from the painting world. You know, when Titian finishes Bacchus and Ariadne, he hands it over. He's only handing it over because he needs to sell it. That is a capitalist process. The book is never finished. It's for you to live in. Especially my books, they're full of blank space. That's where you live.
Yesterday we were talking with Tim Ingold about the difference to walk on a hill and to climb a mountain. To climb a mountain is the matter of arriving at the top and then change mountain, and then change mountain. And then when the mountain is finished, you have to go down under. In the hill, you walk. You can choose the same hill of all your life, and every time you discover new things. Sorry.
I love this. This is very correct. You know, I've been reading about all these people that fucking die on Mount Everest because everyone wants to climb Mount Everest. There's fucking when it thaws, there's just dead bodies pouring down Everest. Look at these fucking rich twats. And I'm like, climb a hill. Walk around your local hill.
Or climb a mountain.
Yeah, or
leave a mountain.
Or just fuck off.
Or just stay home.
Max, the last question that I would like to pose is to whom or what are you really loyal?
Obviously, to my partner, my wife, who is an extraordinary person. I am very, very, very loyal to the principles of pacifism. I will not fight. I will fight if I have to, but my soul resists violence, and literature for me is the ultimate resistance to violence, ideological and actual physical violence. I will give my life to the cause. I believe so completely in the fact that the world has been knocked off its axis by greed and inequality.
Bene, io chiuderei con questa cosa qui.
And that's connected to how much I love my wife and how much I love my
Of
children,
course.
and why I write and why I like to meet people. Why I'm open-hearted. I have no game. I'm completely yours. You can have everything I own.
Thank you.
Max, thank you.
Thank you
to
both.
be
Thank you very
here.
much.
It was incredible. Thank you very
thank
much.
you.
Enjoy Florence. Enjoy
will.
your trip and your
Grazie.
Especially trips. Bye bye.
Bye, ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
And don't desert me. And if you go, the wind will blow you back to me. And if your boat is broken out on the rocks, it wasn't anger but a longing. We feed the birds syrup and seeds.